friends. How's your Friday going? It's Thursday when I'm recording this, so I'm basically a prophet right now, seeing the future. Anyway, this is Let's Talk About Myths, baby. And this week, I'm here to present you with a mini myth that is devoted to one badass female. Now, I wasn't going to do a mini myth this week because I'm busy, and frankly, the regular episodes take up enough of my time, but I can't seem to keep myself away. See, I always think that, and then I was writing next week's Heracles Part 2 episode, and it references a myth that I haven't told yet, but is one of my favorites, and I thought, goddamn, Liv, you should just do a mini myth on it so that it makes some sense next week when it's referenced in Heracles. That, and I already had half of it written and it's just been sitting there, so I felt like a lazy asshole by not doing it. And so, here we are, my friends. Mini myth. Artemis, the goddess who takes no man's shit. The goddess Artemis is today's badass female, and she is, frankly, one of the few in Greek mythology that basically just kicks ass all the time, and also probably the only one who doesn't mess around with any man, ever. She knows what she wants, and men are not on that list. Artemis is the twin sister of Apollo and the daughter of Zeus and Leto. You'll remember her as the crazy baby who helped give birth to her own brother, because that's just how she does. Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, wild animals, the wilderness, and virginity. That's right, virginity. Artemis is considered the protectress of young girls, and she's famously a virgin throughout the mythology of the Greeks. And there are many a tale of the lengths she went to keep it that way. She's called the mistress of animals, which I also just think is lovely. And even when she was a child, her goal was to be her brother's equal. So way to go, Artemis. She famously didn't like men at all, though this is ancient Greece, so she wasn't outright portrayed as gay. But I think it's pretty fair to say that she was a classical lesbian figure, which is awesome, though it's not explicit, but it sure is implicit. Artemis, she's just an all-around badass. She's a collection of nymphs that hang around her like a sea of fawning women, and she has a pack of Arcadian hunting dogs that follow her around as she hunts with her silver bow and arrows. She's something. Actaeon, on the other hand, is a Theban hero. He was trained by the centaur Chiron, and he spent a lot of time in the forest. He was well versed in the region. Actaeon, though he's considered an ancient Greek hero, doesn't have any tales of his greatness or his heroism even, only in his perviness. One day, Actaeon is out hunting with a group of friends in the woods of Boeotia, where he's from, where Thebes is, and he's got a pack of hunting dogs with him. In the forest, he leaves his group, and he stumbles upon Artemis, who's bathing naked in a pond. She's got her nymphs around her, giving her a good scrub. Now, Artemis not only keeps herself virginal, but also takes it super seriously if she's even glanced at slightly less than clothed. So, needless to say, Artemis is not having any of this. Actaeon sees her and basically just ogles. He doesn't even pretend to look away. So here he is, mouth agape, staring at Artemis as she's simply trying to wash up. The woman's just trying to stay clean. Artemis notices and promptly loses her shit. I mean, honestly, if a man stumbled upon me naked and proceeded to just stare like a giant creeper rather than doing the cool thing and turning around as if you're actually embarrassed by the situation, well, I'd lose my shit too. I'm not sure why I'd be in a position to be stumbled upon naked. I don't frequently bathe in forest ponds, but still. So Artemis stares at him as he stands there staring at her, and then she gets out of the water and walks towards him calmly, just staring daggers the whole time. But, she's a grown-ass woman. She's calm. She's collected. But she gets to him and she promptly curses him. She tells him that if he speaks a single word, he'll transform into a stag. He can't say a goddamn word about her badass nakedness, or he will be turned into a stag, and it will not be a cool stag like Harry Potter's Patronus or anything. No, this is a punishment. In the distance, Actaeon hears his hunting party calling out to him. And being a dumbass, he immediately calls back. And guess what? He's turned into a stag. Suddenly, four-legged and antlered, he races through the forest towards his hunting party. But he can't find them, and instead he stumbles upon another pond. Looking into it, he sees his reflection, and his fear is confirmed. He is, for sure, a deer. His head bolts back up, and there's a barking in the distance. His own hunting dogs are approaching. Of course, they don't recognize him. All the dogs see is exactly what they've been out hunting for, a deer. Snarling, his dogs leap on him, and for lack of more flowery language, they tear him to shreds. It's bloody and it's gruesome, and the moral of the story here is, don't be a creep. And absolutely don't put yourself in a position where you're going to see this particular goddess naked without her permission, because she doesn't take any of that shit. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back on Tuesday with part 2 of Heracles/Hercules, and spoilies, there's a lot of monster killing. It's kind of his thing. You're all the best. You're beautiful, wonderful people, and it's been a slice. I'm Liv. I love this shit if it's not clear. It's obviously clear. My God, I love it.